Good afternoon. We are going to head along the south of France, which I have never done. And never been to Genoa, Italy, and we'll just take off heading south and then we'll go across. This is about where the border of France starts, so if we're going to hit the south of France, you go right along here. There's Monaco and Nice, I've heard about that, and the Casino de Monte Carlo is there. Never been there, but seen pictures. It's apparently it's very picturesque. So let's see what it looks like from the Citation Longitude, and we'll click that right now. Get this crazy music stopped. There's my favorite TBM. Looks just like mine. Yeah, like I could afford 5 million, 8 million. It's quite an airplane for that. Of course, 930 is probably 10 years old about now, so maybe you could get one for a couple of million. I doubt it. It's going to be probably 3 million to have something that actually runs. So we're taking off 28, which will be westbound, and it'll probably turn left and head us south. So let's see what happens here. We'll click this. See what it says for my altitude, what they want us to go to, and click in a few things. They want us up at 8,000 feet. We're using low altitude, so that doesn't matter. We'll be going about 250 knots, which is plenty good, and we'll take this up to 8,000 feet. Okay, and we put that right at 8,000, and we have a climb at 2,500 feet a minute. Here we go, and we have the nav on, and we'll see if we connect with that. Looks like we're going to connect. Let's click this, see if that stays on. So we do have a there. We can click this to see if it's connected. Yeah, looks like it's connected right there. We don't need that yet. So we will head south initially, and then we'll head west along the south of France. So let's get back up here and go back outside. Let's see if we can get that. That's not working. Let's see if we get this working here. There. Okay. Siestri. I think it's Siestri, but what do I know? And take the brakes off and come up on full power, and I think we're ready to go. And we'll get back to an auto throttle, and we're leaving Genoa. Never been to Genoa, if that's how you pronounce it. So we'll get up here to about 100, and it should start rotating. There it goes. There it goes. Get the gear up. The flaps actually go up about 200, but we go ahead and put them on, and we turn on the autopilot. It's making a left turn. Let's see if autopilot's on. And we want to go in and get the auto throttle on. Let's see here. We go there. We go ahead and answer this. And knowledge handoff.
Going to 124.9
So
or
we're
25
coming
Cessna
left
7
to get
Bravo
on
Charlie.
course. And we'll be heading over to, we'll go to Milan Center.
Milan Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is passing 1,900 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Milan Center, altimeter
we'll cut back
Radar contact. Continue to Citation.
cut back to go onshore about the border between France and Italy. And that's a nice airport right there at the south of Italy. Right. Oh, here it is. I was looking over there. Is the airport. We took off right there. That's a nice airport. So we can get this out of the way. I don't think they're going to talk to us for a while. We'll get that out of the way and enjoy the pictures. And we should, yeah, we're doing, actually we're chewing out at 265, but we're indicating 250 knots, and that's what the auto throttle does. I think that's all we need. Just sit back and relax. We're at 5,000 feet. We're climbing at 2,500 feet a minute. That's all normal. And again, we'll be going back ashore right about the border of France, the border separating France and Italy.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie climb and maintain 16,000 feet.
And that'll be fine. So we'll just acknowledge that.
Climb and maintain 16,000 feet, Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
So we'll get inside here and pop over 1 notch there and put it up to 16,000. And we'll be able to get a little higher speed. We had it on 100. So here, and we click and go with 1,000. And what altitude? I think they said 16,000. Let's see if that's the altitude. Just climb and maintain 8,000. No. Yeah, 16,000. And we acknowledge that. So now we put it back here, and we're still climbing at 2,500 feet a minute. I think 2,500 feet a minute. And we'll look again at the altitude, 16,000. And we're coming to the intersection. We'll start heading back ashore over here. Right around the border. We're 10,000 feet. Climbing to 16. Let's go outside and enjoy the view. And let's see what our time of day is. Yep, we don't need that. What we need is the weather to change the time. Yep, we want to get over here about about 12. There we go. And we'll be heading to the French coast. There we go. 12,000 feet. Now we're doing 270 knots. We're chewing out at 325 knots. So this is a little more comfortable than the F-15, and then I'm not trying to show off with aerobatics, which I never did. I did a loop and I did a roll, and my roll wasn't very good. I ended up doing like a split S. I was in a T-34. Actually, I was with an F-4 pilot, a Marine Corps pilot who wanted to become an astronaut, who was going to the Naval Postgraduate School here in Monterey. What a nice man he was. I was taking out his sister-in-law. She was attending Monterey Peninsula College, the little junior college here in Monterey, which is probably less than a mile. It's probably a mile from my house right here. On Sundays, I like to ride my electric bike. It's uphill, half the way over there is level. And then you start climbing, going up on the campus is all uphill. It's got all kinds of paths. So on Sunday, nobody's there, so I get to ride around all the paths being between all the classrooms, all the buildings. So I guess we're coming back and forth. I would say this Albenga, which is, I don't know how the French pronounce it, but I would bet that's in France. And I could figure that out, but I'm not going to. I did estimate that I would say yes, it is in France, and I would say the border is probably it looks like a river coming out right there. Maybe that's the border right there. Have no idea where the border is. Maybe it's right in here. And I could look at the map and see, but I'm not going to. Again, let's look on this chart here and see what it says this town is right here. And let's go here. This will say where it is. And LIM. So I would say, well, I can't tell by that either. I can do it here. We've got pretty pictures to keep us occupied, so we don't have to have this in the way, and we can enjoy looking down at the coast right there. Look at all these little towns on the south coast of France. That's why they love. I guess the weather is very special. South of France. I've always heard of south of France. So we're going to look here, and there's Albenga, and I can click on that. Right now I've got my chart here. Let's see here. And let's see where is Milan, Turin. No, France is coming up, and the border is right over by Nice. So when we get over by Nice, and Nice is LFMN, is Monaco and Nice. So we can look on here, LFMN. Let's see here. LFMN. Let's see here. Yeah, there's Nice Airport. So this is maybe the border coming down right there. So we're not quite to the border at this point. When we cross this line, and let's put this up in the upper left-hand corner. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we are still in Italy. And the line is right here, and then this is this is going to be Nice. Nice right here. And we click on that, and it should say Nice, Côte d'Azur. And we can pronounce Nice. So let's click that off, and we'll watch for when we come into France. So we're on the northwest coast of Italy. Look at this right down in here. This is interesting. Right there. Look at the port. The marina is pretty. Right in there, and let's see if we can get anything out of this. See if this says anything. MIL04. No. So I can look on my chart.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, contact Marseille Center on 120.85. Good day.
So we'll do that, and I'll look real quick here. Yeah, not sure of what Imperia.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, did you copy?
Imperia. Pretty. Let's see here. We'll get rid of this. And we'll acknowledge.
120.85 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
We'll get rid of that. Marseille Center. And we'll put this up in the upper left-hand corner. Keep it out of the way.
Marseille Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, 16,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Marseille Center.
Yeah, a lot to see. This could be Nice right down here. Yeah, we'll verify that. And he told me some stuff, but Cessna, that's in Marseille Center, altimeter. Yeah, he's just got our contact. So here we can actually, yeah, we can use my little cheaters here, my little pin, and that's because I don't like to edit and have to add stuff in. I just like flying and talking. Yeah, there's Nice. We could have gone into Nice. So that's a famous city on the south of France. And Nice is just inside the border, and we could look back at the chart, but you saw that already. And I think you trust me that I know what I'm talking about, at least at this stage of the flight. And I'm going to take this out because it gets in the way of what we're doing. Look at this river that comes out of the Alps. The Alps are up in there. They drain off. The winters, the snows melt, and they come down the river. It must be a beautiful place to live on the south of France. And we'll look right here. We'll look at the Nice airport again. I like the way it's built out on the water. But there are probably some people that say, hey, we could have some really nice hotels out there. Build that airport back up the hill. But they probably used fill. They probably filled that in to make that airport there. That's probably on what is better known as fill. And how are we doing? I don't know. Let's get inside and see see what's what in here. I can't quite see our destination yet. We run around a little bit on approach. We make kind of a left and go south of the airport, come around in right turns, come back in for the approach to the airport, and we can look at that on here. Let's go back outside, enjoy the view. Mandaloo? I've never heard of it. So I'm learning. I am learning. And we'll look at our approach. And we'll get it out here. We'll get it out here. Here we go. Yeah, we kind of come down here to Gemco, and we make a little kind of a racetrack entry. That's a instrument term. Come back in and land, and we click that, and that should say Marseille. Marseille Provence. Marseille Provence, I think, is how you would pronounce that, French. But what do I know? What do I know? Let's enjoy the south coast here. Real interesting coastline on the Mediterranean. And we are doing 402 knots. We're truing out at 402 knots and indicating 320 knots. So 400, so we're probably doing 450 miles an hour. This airplane is capable of Mach 8, I believe, Mach 0.8. Don't hold me to that. It is, I think it's like a $30 million airplane. And I can't afford an airplane like that. Never flew jets, never flew turboprops, just pistons. And I had lots of fun in the pistons. Never had Garmin. All of this glass panel is new to me. And the autopilots are very sophisticated in how they link. We did have a linkage to link onto glide slope, but they were like old plow tools compared to what they have today. And I rarely flew anything that flew over 200 knots. Let's say 200 miles an hour. 200 knots would be about 225. Usually I was just up pushing 200. That was fast for me. Anyway, before I check out, I'm having fun imagining driving something like this around, but frankly,
Marseille Center
I like
7322 Heavy is passing 12,900 feet, climbing 16,000 feet. Airfront 7322 Heavy Marseille Center altimeter, 29.9er, 2 radar contact, continue to VBAR.
I like my bikes and my car, and don't do a lot of either one. My walks, I like my walks, and pretty simple. I built myself a artificial putting green. It's probably 30 by 50. I think it's not 30, 20. I'm going to say maybe it's 15 by 30 is the putting green. It's just flat. doesn't have. I mean, it has undulations in it because when we flattened it out, we weren't perfect. So I've gotten to know the lay of the land, and I'll get out there with 3 golf balls and putt till I'm happy. There's an airport right down there. Le Canet. Le Canet. Le Canet. Okay, we'll acknowledge that. There
Descend
we
and
go.
maintain 15,000 feet, Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
We'll put this up on the left, and we'll go over to move it to 15,000. Oh, that's only 1,000 feet. 15,000. We'll put it down at 1,000 feet a minute because we're not going very far. And probably we can see up ahead where we're going.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, contact Marseille Center on 124.5.
Okay, so we're getting close. Marseille approach.
124.5 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie. Goodbye.
So I think we got a pretty straight shot. We could look up. So it's taking a little jaunt here.
Marseille Center Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is passing 15,400 feet, descending 15,000 feet.
We could look at that on here.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie, Marseille Center altimeter 29.902 radar contact. Continue to Jylin. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, you are 45 miles east. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Zulu runway 13 right approach via Gemco transition.
Yeah, there's
Clear to Gemco.
There's Gemco. There's Gemco. All right, acknowledge that.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV Zulu runway 13 right approach via Gemco transition. Cleared to Gemco Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Okay, it looks good. It's good. They give us the lower altitude pretty quick here. So you can see us coming down. Right there. That's good enough. We'll get rid of that. Enjoy the view. We can get rid of this for right now. Let's just enjoy the just looking at the south coast of France. And we're doing truing out at 398 knots. I'll ask my phone how many miles per hour. I'm going to say 340. 440 miles. How many miles per hour is 398 knots? It's 458 miles per hour. That's pretty good. So we get down here. I think the airport is right over there on the right. And we'll just stay right here. Le Castellet. Le Castellet. I think. Yeah, some interesting contours down here. Look at this little ridge. Little ridge down there. They should be giving us a lower altitude here. But to get down lower, they have to slow us down to lower altitudes under 12,500, they'll slow you down to 250.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
They'll slow us down to 250
Descend and
knots.
maintain 7,000 feet. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
7,000. All right. 7,000 feet. Now we're going to come down a little quicker here. How about 3,000 feet a minute? There we go. Now we're starting to see on our screen again. This screen, I think these would be touch screens. You could move this screen around with your hand. I can't move it at all.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie climb and maintain 15,000 feet.
No, we're not going to do that. I'll acknowledge it.
Climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, they do that in San Francisco too. And you know, if it was a situation where there was a conflict with another
Cessna
aircraft.
7 Bravo Charlie contact Province approach on 129.48.
So they'll send us back down. They might chew us out. Let's see, and they might not.
Going to 129.48 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
That's not kosher. Provence.
Province approach Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie is passing 11,700 feet, climbing 15,000 feet.
Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie Province approach altimeter 29.902 radar contact. Continue to VACOP.
So I'm sorry to not follow the instructions, which I would, I can't remember challenging anything that was told to me by air traffic control. I may have had a request, I guess you could say that was challenging, to change something, but rarely. They pretty much kept your flow going. I think over here we can see the airport where we're going to land. And we have to get down to sea level, so to go back up to 17,000. 7,000 is more like what if we were coming over Monterey Bay, they'd have us at 5,000. Up in San Francisco, they have us at 4,000 or 3,000 when we're this far up from the airport. And this is Marseille. Look at the size of this town. Wow. Look at all the tile roofs down there. It's beautiful. There's a big ocean liner out there. There's a soccer stadium. I see where Argentina beat Britain today, and Spain. Who did Spain play? I kind of forget who Spain played. So we're going to come down here. We're going to take a little jog around there and come back in and land right over there. So we're coming back in. Air speed limit is 250 knots over down in the lower left-hand corner. We are at 7,000 feet. Nobody's complained about it. And again, if we have a conflict, nobody else can see us. We really aren't here. I'm in Monterey. I'm not in France. I love it. It is pretty. We'll look back at Marseille, if that's how you pronounce it. I've never looked at the chart to see. Look at this little peninsula that comes out here with the hills. There's probably some beautiful mansions up on the hill there. So we'll stay here and look out toward the airport. Right there it is, 13 miles away. Some more beautiful coastline on the Mediterranean. Look at the bay, the large bay over here. And actually, yeah, we're still, when we get down to 200, we can put in a notch of flap. And we can see the on the chart here, and we'll put this out to the left. We're coming up here to the little jog I was telling you about.
Charlie, climb and maintain 7,000 feet.
So we'll tell them okay on that. That's where we are at 7,000.
Climb and maintain 7,000 feet, Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
So that's a little glitch in the Microsoft Flight Simulator, but generally speaking, I bought this in 2020 for 119 bucks. The program, and boy, I sure have got the money where I've made like 400 YouTubes and flown all over the world. So when you think about, I call myself the Sin Buccaneer, that Bucketeer, Sin Bucketeer. I'm doing my bucket list on the simulator. Oh gosh. And flying airplanes, I would never, you know, I was on my way to getting on the airlines, but by the time I got my college and my flight time, I was 30 years old. They had all kinds of guys coming out of Vietnam.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, descend and maintain 5,000 feet.
I better pay attention. Down to 5.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet, Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
They're going to give me a couple of more instructions, so let's go inside here and go down to 5. There we're jogging back. 5,000. And we'll go down at 3,000 feet a minute. That's close enough. There it is, right on 3,000. Let's see if we get our approach. Our approach comes on, so possibly we'll intercept the glide slope here. And when all this turns green right here on the main panel and the pilot's display, we're all locked in. So we're not quite yet. We're not hooked into the glide slope. I don't see it coming down yet. Usually it's a little triangle comes down and turns pink or magenta when it gets down there. So let's, they should be telling us something else here shortly. We can see what we're doing
Cessna 7
here.
Bravo Charlie, keep speed not above 210 knots.
Okay. And we can go ahead and click. We got that. We got the auto throttle on. We could probably click that off.
Auto throttle.
And
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, acknowledge last transmission.
okay. That's why I left this
Keep
up.
speed not above 210 knots, Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Okay, and we go back out here. 210 knots. And then we can put in a notch of flap. We're still a little fast for that. And we'll keep an eye on here, on looking back at the airport. I think that's, oh, there it is, right over there. Anyway, we're doing fine here. We're still a little fast. They want us down around 200. Slowly coming down. I have to remember to add power back in when I get the full flaps because of the drag that the full flaps cause. You have to have about 50% power to maintain your altitude, or at least reduce your descent to an approach speed. Okay, we're coming back around to come in, and we'll look here and see if our I don't see our glide slope yet. It's above us, and we're coming around. We can see it right here, and let's let's just take that back down. There we go. We can take this off right now.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Keep speed not above 185 knots.
Yeah, okay, now we can put the little flap in.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Keep speed not above 185 knots. Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Cessna 7
So
Bravo
we're a little
Charlie, you are
fast.
18 miles northwest of Provence. Contact Provence Tower on 133.105 when inbound.
Okay, and then I don't see us on here, but we're coming back in. Yeah, I can see us right in there. We're right in there.
Tower
And
on
gotta
133.105 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
To 185, we're still a little fast. Province Tower, we'll go back out. And I think we might, yeah, we just hooked into the glide slope. And right now, we go to Province Tower.
Province Tower Cessna 527 Bravo Charlie 16 miles northwest inbound Arnav Zulu
And
runway
we can see
13
the
right
runway
approach.
right there. We can stay in here. You see everything, everything's green right there.
Altimeter 29er decimal 9er. 2 wind calm cleared RNAV Zulu runway 13 right approach.
Okay, we're lining up with the runway. We'll just stay right here. We're locked on the glide slope. Automatically coming down. Knowledge power.
Cleared Arnav Zulu runway 13 right approach Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
Yeah, everything's looking good. And we got one notch of flap in. No, it's not working. Yeah, let's see if the wheels come down. Yeah, it's not responding. So anyway, it is holding this, and that's I have to upgrade my equipment. And we'll go back outside. I can't click outside. I can move these around. But anyway, this is going to take us down to the end of the runway. We're going to be going 246. I can't change my power setting. Oh yeah, it's changing a little bit. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can change the power setting. So we'll see if the flaps come in. Okay, there it's working now. There it's working. But anyway, we're going to stay right here. And my power, yeah, it's responding. And we can put the gear down.
Airspeed.
So it came back.
Bravo, Charlie wind calm, cleared to land runway 13 right.
Okay. And we got to get it down to about 250. The auto throttle's back on again. I'm gonna turn it off. Well, maybe it's off. Let's see. Let's see here.
Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie, did you hear my last transmission?
Auto throttle is off. Yeah, landing clearance.
Cleared to land runway 13 right Cessna 7
up.
Bravo Charlie.
Look out here. And we got to get it down to about 150. Let's bring in some more flap. That worked. And we'll get it down to about 140. Everything's looking good. Let's see if we see outside here. No, that doesn't want it. There it goes. And we go ahead and get on the tail. Oh, I like this look right here. And we can't go much below 140, so we have to come back in. I think we got full. No, we don't quite have full flap. There's the full flap. There's the full flap. And it'll start slowing down on me. So keep it 130 to 140. Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Yeah, I thought I'd lost control, but it's doing just fine. We can take a look right here, and this should take us right down to the runway. And it should keep us lined up too. Now the thrust reversers, I don't have it. It's a rinky-dink throttle quadrant that I have, but it's it's good for what I'm doing. I'm gonna get new throttle quadrant, all of that stuff.
200.
Okay. We're coming here, 137. We'll start rounding out.
100.
We're coming back on the power.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Autopilot.
Yeah, a little balloon. A little balloon there. There we go.
20.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
There we go. And the flaps up. And
Cessna 7 Bravo. Charlie exit runway when able.
we'll go over this way, see what's over here. There we go.
Cessna 7 Bravo. Charlie contact ground on 121.905.
Okay.
121.905 Cessna 7 Bravo Charlie.
So
Goodbye.
so it just stopped working. It's on its own here. Anyway, it made it to the airport, and all of a sudden the everything I can't, the brakes aren't working, and let's see if we get control back here. Anyway, that's it. We're going to sign off. We're not going to take off. We're just signing out. Thanks for riding along. Bye bye.